Hello everyone, it's me, JuanGamer54, back in another video, and today we're going to be doing an analysis on B-7. Now yes, I am aware that this is a way late, like I'm talking May type late. The last video was on May and we're now on September. So yeah. Once again, the analysis series, yeah. But hey, we're coming to the month of October, so hopefully I can finish the analysis. Hopefully I can do it. But, we're not going to waste any more time. You already know what we're going to do. We're going to sit down, talk about what happened in B7, and do analysis about it. In case you haven't read B7, I actually did it on my second channel. I will be leaving a link for the playlist where I've done basically Fazbear Frights and Tales from the Pizzaplex. Both book series, and I'm trying to see if I can finish off on October. But we already read B7. We're now in book 3 in Tales from the Pizzaplex, as well as we are in book 5 in Fazbear Frights. So, without anything else delaying us, let's go. So what is the plot of B7? Well, plot of B7 goes like this. When Billy was 3 years old, he was put in a medical intensive care and had to be away from his family while treating, resulting in trauma from the event. Now 5, he likes watching the show Freddy and Friends. Billy likes the idea of being a big animatronic, so they are strong and don't feel bad. They don't feel bad things like people do. During the commercial Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, he starts acting like an animatronic and his parents humor him. The next day, Billy pushes on one of his friends for calling his behavior stupid and gets put in timeout. But he sings the entire time since he wasn't turned off. His mother talks to the teacher and takes him to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria afterwards. The next day, the teacher and her assistant set up an area for Billy to be while he continues to act like an animatronic. All his friends start making fun of him, but he doesn't care because robots don't feel. That night, Billy overhears a conversation between his concerned parents. He downloads an update, and you can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes, to help him act more like a little boy. 2 months later, Billy's parents start taking him to see Miss Dr. Lindstrom. He tells them to play along with his fantasy, as he could have a psychological break if they don't. 4 months later, Billy hasn't changed, and he fails to realize that school has ended for the summer. Dan and Vera, his parents, are getting extremely stressed out. For his first grade, Billy is moved to a private school when he gets into an early robotics class and learns that robots need oil. He starts sneaking in the garage every night to drink oil, and one day he froze up and is taken to parts and service, aka the hospital. Determined that Billy's just sick, but he rushed back the next day, and the doctor learns that what he's been doing. Vera explains what's happening, and the doctor tells Billy that he needs olive oil, which can be found in the food that his mother cooks. Billy begins to keep track of time using Christmas and using Creation Day, aka his birthday, which he considers to be the year he realized he was an animatronic. Vera plays along, but chooses to keep it the year he was born. So as you can kind of see, like, it's kind of throwing me. I'm not gonna lie, this story was kind of throwing me off. Like, bro, what are the parents doing? Tell him he's not a robot, because I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna end well. But anyways, after 4 years of being an animatronic, Billy overheard Stan and Vera arguing. Vera refused to installate Billy and believes he'll give up soon, but Dan says he's making their life hell and leaves 2 days later. Vera tells Billy his father doesn't understand and points out Billy's growing and animatronics don't. Billy concludes he's simply unique and advanced. He begins to sleep on the steel table, only wears plain gray and black clothes, and only eats white food. Animatronics do not efficiently dissect color, as apparently it's stated in the book. When 7th grade starts, Billy stays home since the disadvantage outweighs the advantage, and he adds the database by reading library books. He then hears Libra talking on the phone, concerned he no longer has other kids to emulate, but he still refuses to send him anywhere. Billy feels sensation in his heart and hugs her. On the 7th, 12th, Creation Day, he moves into the basement with only 2 tables, his computer, and books. Billy's 13th, 18th Creation Day is celebrated by him, Vera, and Dr. Lindstrom. Dr. Lindstrom recommends a group home with a residence that was lycopenia, but insists on taking care of Billy herself. Billy later researches lycophobia, I think. A few days later, Vera wasn't in the kitchen when Billy gets up. He searches the house and finds her submerged in a bathtub with an empty drinking glass and a medicine cabinet open. Billy calmly calls the police, remembering the update Vera gave him to act like a human and keeps his animatronic identity a secret. After the EMTs remove her body, Billy opens an email she left for him when she died, containing important instructions on how to function as an animatronic adult. Over the next year, Billy experienced conversion and dissociation. He believes he is an animatronic, but he still feels human-like sensation from his body. He decided in order to fully become an animatronic, he needs to replace all those limbs with prosthetic ones. All the surgeons Billy called refuses, but he finds an unlicensed surgeon who lost his license due to a malpractice lawsuits related to unsignificant sustained abuse. So, in case you didn't realize or you didn't catch on the book, essentially his mother self-seppuku herself is all I'm trying to say. But Billy still acting like a robot. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to sound mean to Billy, but with this, it made me not like Billy. Like, I'm like thinking like, I know that in horror stories there tend to be a stupid person, but this is just outright. But anyways, the doctor, referred to as Doc, agrees to do 2 surgeries. Billy feels intense pain when his left leg is removed, but he hopes the prosthetic would make him faster and stronger. Unfortunately, he only feels weaker. Still, as he passes the junkyard a few miles away from his home, he feels hopeful that the remaining surgeries will improve. He has to hire movers to relocate his stuff into his mother's old room and move her furniture out. He gets his last limb replacement surgery 2 days after his 20th Creation Day, but he only feels weak to the point that Doc has to drive him home. Billy looked up further modifications, came across an online chat room for people who aren't satisfied with their physical appearances. There he met Mila. Mila isn't happy about her outward appearance and explains that she wants liposuction, cheek sculptation, and a nose job. Billy decides that he wants facial sculptation as well, and Mila decides to visit Billy's home. Mila falls in love with Billy due to his kind nature and his ability to listen to people. After her 3rd visit, they officially became girlfriend and boyfriend. Yay! However, Billy still wants more procedures done to him to make him more robotic. He has metal plates implanted to his cheek to be more angular, has his eyes dyed black and his tongue removed. Billy now talks through a vocal synchronizer implanted in his throat, which he uses by typing in his computer. When Billy has his ears removed, he asks Malaya to shave his head after an inclusion heal. And when asked if there will be a last thing he has done, Billy tells her he's getting more surgeries. Malaya immediately leaves and stops visiting, but they still talk online. One day, Billy calls Mila to refer to as B-7 for now. In response, Mila hanged up. You had one good thing. One. You know, I'm not gonna continue. I'm not gonna continue. B-7 calls Malaya after all the surgeries are done to ask if he wants to celebrate his 21st creation, but Malaya says she's busy. On the days of celebration, B-7 looks in the mirror and is tormented by the sudden realization that he's not actually an animatronic, and has completely ruined his life. Billy lets out a massive wail as all his repressed emotions and feelings flood back. He calls Doc to see if there's a procedure can be undone, but he says sorry and good luck. Billy compliments a while before leaving in the middle of the night and walking to the junkyard. He gets inside through an opening in the fence and falls asleep in an Oaks station wagon. Billy wakes up to vibrations. He looks to see the car heading for a compactor. He hides before anyone can see him and waits to be crushed. Although Billy was in excruciating pain, he feels happy, as the blood reminds him who he truly is. And that was B-7. Obviously, I didn't really like the story, to say the least. I didn't really like it, to be honest. And while, yes, there are some stories that I kind of do have disapproval of, I just didn't like B-7 in terms of book 2, to say the least. Like, and then there was like controversy about this book as well. Yes, you're hearing this right, controversy. Like, look at this. Apparently, when I was doing this, when B-7 was first revealed, Billy decided to be transformed from a human to a robot and ends up regretting his decision, was seen as an alleged hidden message mocking the mocking the gender identity and the transgender community. The story's author later debunked the claim, clarifying that she did not have any intention to add such a message. So surveys say, why did people think of this? Like, seriously, like, who in the right mind thinks that was what the story was all about? Like, on Five Nights at Freddy's, no less. But, and while, yes, I am sounding like I'm a little too harsh on Billy, it's possible maybe, that I think maybe that Billy actually had synchroencephalopathy. I can't really say I can't really say it out loud. I'm not good with pronunciations, but basically what I'm saying is that Billy had a rare delusional disorder that affects him to believe that they are transforming into something such as an animal or a robot. So it's possible that Billy got hit with this disorder. And, yeah. I also want to make clear, and also this story, there was no mention of a Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex, to be honest. And that's kind of surprising to me, to be honest. Because the first one was Help Wanted. This is the second time that the Mega Pizzaplex has not been heard. And what else? Like, what else can I say? And unfortunately, there was some other thing, and I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I'm starting to think that this story might probably would get a sequel. It's basically getting a sequel. No, I'm not kidding. This story is getting a part 2. Like, I'm pretty sure I have a book here that says B-7 2. So, and I haven't read that story yet. So I'll probably come back to this when I read that story. But that's about B-7, to say the least. Again, not really much to say about B-7. More like I didn't really like it, but to which its own, to say the least. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like the video so I know you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what do you guys think. Again, I'm sorry that this series wasn't really finished. Honestly, the series should have been finished. But, stuff has been happening. Hopefully, in the month of Halloween, or, the whole October, I'll be able to finish all this. Finish with Fazbear Frights, Tales from the Pizzaplex, and the whole analysis series before October ends. Hopefully we can do that. And I'm pretty sure we can do that. But anyways, guys, this is OneGamer54 signing off.